tutorial, I'm going to step through the creation of a 3D coin designed with Maker's Empire's Advanced module. We begin by entering the Advanced module through the Maker's Empire Create tab. The Advanced module is a sketch-based tool where all 3D models begin as 2D sketches. The first thing we need is the base of the coin. We create this by entering the Draw mode. Once the Draw tool has been selected, a surface to draw on needs to be chosen. For the coin, let's put it on the ground plane by clicking on it. In 2D, the coin is a circle, so we use the Circle tool to drag out a circle to the desired size using the dimensions shown as a guide. Now it's time to make the 3D coin. To do this, back in 3D mode, we select the Extrude tool, then click on the circle. An arrow will appear that can be dragged out to set the thickness of the coin. This size can also be set in the right-hand panel. Now to draw the design on the surface. Selecting the Move tool allows us to right-click on the surface of the coin and select the option Sketch on Surface. Before we begin sketching again, the drawing surface can be panned into the correct place using a right mouse drag on the background. We can draw anything as the basis for the design that will go on the top of the coin. For this tutorial, I have chosen an eagle and am using this image as inspiration. If this is your first time using a sketching tool, try and select something simple with very few outlines. Here, I am going to concentrate on several regions of the sketch to provide different levels of extrusion and interest to the final 3D shape. First, the head, then the beak in two parts, the eye, and the small amount of definition on the forehead, another small area under the chin, and also some extra definition around the feathering. We start the process by selecting the Spline tool to draw the outline of the main part of the head. The Spline tool will automatically curve the line as you draw from point to point. To finish the sketch, ensure that the last point that you draw connects to the first. When this happens, the interior of the shape will be shaded blue. It is this blue area that can be extruded. Back in 3D mode, this new sketch can be extruded on the surface of the coin. Again, use the Extrude tool and the arrow or the right panel to set the height. As this is a coin, the surface design only needs to be extruded a small amount. Next, we follow the same process to create the beak. Select the surface of the coin to sketch on, draw out the beak shape, return to 2D mode and extrude it. At any time, you can reselect a previous extrusion and modify its height as required. We will now select the main head 3D object and choose to draw on its surface. From here, we add the forehead detail, an eye and a small eyelid. Back in 3D, each of these new parts of the sketch are extruded into 3D objects protruding from the surface. The cylinder that has been extruded for the eye will now be used to create a recess for the eye and also an eyeball. First, the cylinder is cloned. This is achieved in the same right-click menu where Sketch on Surface is listed. The cloned cylinder is put to the side for later use. Moving an object around is achieved through the use of the Move tool and clicking on each object to get a set of control axes that can be dragged around. With the cloned cylinder out of the way, the original cylinder will be used to create a small hole in the head section. To do this, select the Boolean tool. Ensure the mode is set to Cut. Then select the cylinder as the cutter and click on Confirm in the right panel. Then select the head as the object to be cut out of. Then again select Confirm. If a hole isn't created from the Boolean process, ensure that the objects you are working with overlap beforehand. The cylinder for the interior of the eye can then be moved into place. To make it smaller than the hole, use the Scale tool to shrink it. You can drag the mouse on the axes given or set the actual values for the scale in the right-hand panel. Once the 3D objects of your design have been created, they can easily be repositioned or scaled using the Move and Scale tools as required. At this point, we have created our basic coin. From here, you can use the same set of tools we've just covered to add more details to the design. Through a combination of sketching, extruding, moving, scaling, and Boolean operations, more and more areas of interest can be added. To bring your design to life and further highlight its features, you can use colour. Just use the colour tool, select the 3D object, and then set its colour in the right-hand panel. The colours will help your design stand out and help you see all the intricacies of the sketches you've created. This wraps up our tutorial on creating a 3D coin using Maker's Empire's advanced module. We've walked you through sketching, extruding and detailing your design, showing how simple it is to bring intricate 3D objects to life. We can't wait to see where you take your newfound skills next.